第7课，你家离公司远吗？
Lesson 7. Do you live far from your company?
你好 ，Welcome to HSK Standard Course Level 2。我是你的汉语老师孙悦然。And this is the last class of Lesson 7. And this time, we are going to learn some pronunciation and characters. We have learned how to determine the stress of Chinese sentences in the last few lessons. 跟我读，我是老师，姐姐好多了。这是大卫的书，他每天跑步。他在房间学习汉语呢。他在房间学习汉语呢。他在房间学习汉语呢。Today we'll move on to the intonations of Chinese sentences. Like many other languages, there are two basic intonations in Chinese, the rising intonation and the falling intonation. First, listen to me carefully and distinguish the intonations of the following sentences. Group 1. 他姓张，他姓张。Group 2. 他不喜欢喝茶，他不喜欢喝茶。As you can see, the characters of the sentences in each group are exactly the same, but the intonations are different, and therefore, the sentences have different functions. Generally speaking, in Chinese, interactive sentences have a resting intonation, and declarative sentences have a falling intonation. So, the first sentence of each group with a rising intonation, 他姓张，他不喜欢喝茶, are questions. And the second sentence of each group with falling intonation, 他姓张，他不喜欢喝茶, are answers. Now read after me, please. 他姓张，他姓张，他不喜欢喝茶，他不喜欢喝茶。很好。Now please read the following sentences and pay attention to the intonations. 1. 他家离公司很远。2. 他家离公司很远。3. 你在去机场的路上。4. 我在去机场的路上。5. 今天是我生日。6. 今天是你生日。非常好。For today's character part, we will learn two more radicals. First, look at these two characters and try to find out the same part. Correct. Both of them contain the left side, 双人旁. The character on the left is 行, which means to walk, and the one on the right, 往, means to go. What's the meaning of the radical? Correct. The radical 双人旁 is usually related to the act of walking. Let's see how to write 行 and 往. Pay attention to the stroke order. Let's move on to the second radical. Look at these two characters and try to find out the same part. Correct. Both of them have the same right side. We call it 反文旁. The original shape of 反文旁 is like a hand with a stick. So this radical is usually related to the act of whipping or beating. The character on the left is 放, means to set free. And the one on the right, 收, means to receive, to accept. Now let's see how to write 放 and 收. Pay attention to the stroke order. Now, challenging time. Try to find the characters with 双人旁 and 反文旁. Let's check the answers. 双人旁 B 很 D 的反文旁 E 教 H 树. Today we learned two kinds of basic intonations of Chinese sentences, rising intonation and falling intonation. 他姓张 他姓张. Two radicals, 双人旁 and 反文旁. Do you still remember the radical 单人旁 we have learned before? It's usually related to a person. 单人旁 and 双人旁 looks similar to each other. Please distinguish the following characters. Look them up in the dictionary if you don't know the meaning, and try to make words with them after class. 一住网 2. 是带 That's all for lesson 7. 下课，再见。